Do you know the secret to planning and succeeding in your future? We're going to talk about it on today's episode.
I've spent the last 20 years studying, teaching, and coaching people to find their greatness and take their lives to the next level. Along the way, it's become evident that emotions are at the root of everybody's successes and failures. Worry and fear are the enemies, and it's time to forge the armor and earn the tools to overcome the two things that could single-handedly destroy your future. Hi, my name is Michael Johnson, and I'm a life coach, a peak performance trainer, and I'm the emotions guy. It's time to take back control of how you feel, control of how you act, and control of how you experience life. It's time to become a lifer, a new breed of overachiever focused on living every minute to its fullest. We are responsible for how we feel, and no one and no thing can make us feel anything. Emotional mastery is our journey, and emotional education and intelligence is the key. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life.
What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast, and I'm excited that you joined me today because today we're going to talk about succeeding with your future plans and planning for the future. Because you see, there's a challenge. When we start talking about timeline and we start talking about how to live now, I mean, for goodness sakes, I wrote a whole book called Every Minute. It's about living right now. It's about understanding how to fulfill your world and your life. But how do you live right now without missing out on what you should have learned from in the past and without planning for the future so that you don't actually kill yourself or run into a freeway? I don't know, something crazy, right? But how do you do that? How do you successfully live right now? How do you live in the moment, but still plan for the future, right? So we're going to talk about the secret to planning for the future. Now, this is awesome because when we talk about future, it gets a little bit crazy because if you go too far out into your future, it's not to say that you shouldn't think about what you want. It's not to say that you shouldn't have big, grand dreams and hopes and ideas and imagination and things that you could create. For goodness sakes, years ago, Star Trek came onto TV and it said to the world in full sci-fi fashion, right? It said to the world, we're going to travel the stars. We're going to have these things, these little devices that can scan other humans to figure out their vital signs. You mean like a temperature taker that we use now every day? Oh, you mean like a telephone? Something can beep me and go boop, boop, and we look at it. Oh, and it has a screen and we can talk to each other face to face. In fact, that's more common and more normal than it ever has been ever because of our cool little smartphones. You mean all of that stuff that they imagined actually came? It was science fiction, but it came true. There are very few things from Star. Now there are some, but so many things came to life. They came into realization because somebody went, "Ooh, that would be really cool. I wonder how I can do that." And think about how many iterations of a telephone that we've gone through since the old days of the rotary dial-up phone where we had a cord and crazy, right? Nowadays, on my watch, I can get a phone call. I don't even need my phone, and I could use this is pretty fancy. But they thought of it years and years ago, and they created these amazing things out of an idea that we had in our head. So how do we plan for the future? Well, we dream. We come up with these ideas. We daydream. We imagine the possibilities, which is a huge step to being a lifer. That's why you're here, because you can imagine the possibilities or you're starting to imagine the possibilities. And so as we plan for the future, what is a way that we can actually increase the speed at which we bring those things to life? I'm going to tell you. So here's what we do. We have to decide what we want. Now, how do we decide what we want? Well, it starts with feeling good. So, if you've listened to the podcast, we talk about feeling good. You got to understand how to feel, how to utilize your emotions to feel good. Because when we feel good, you know what it's like. When you're around people that feel good, oh man, it sort of like juices you up. It gives you energy. It gives you life. When you're around people that are feeling like crap, their energy's bad, or they're sad, or they're just down, your energy comes down and it starts to match. And all I have to say about that, okay, it's a lot, but if you're a goose, you hang out with the geese. If you're a duck, you hang out with the ducks. If you're a squirrel, you hang out with the squirrels. And if you're a turtle, you hang out with the turtles. Their energy is about the same and they hang out with each other. And that's why it works. But we're the same. We are the same. This is what is so wonderful about the power of a mastermind, is that when you get like-minded people together, 3 or more, all of a sudden, if they're like-minded and they're in a good space and the energy's good, the ideas and the imagination and the things start to flow. See, if you like snakes and you hang out with people that don't like snakes, is rough. But if you like snakes and you hang out with people that like snakes, all of a sudden you're, oh, what about this and what about that? And it's great. Same thing with business. You hang out with people that don't like funnels, you're probably not going to build a funnel. But if you hang out with a whole bunch of people that like funnels, you're going to talk about funnels. You're going to nerd out and geek out about funnels because you're like, wow, funnels are awesome. And this is the same thing, right? If you run a dance studio, you're going to want to talk to people that run a dance studio because you're of like-mindedness. So find a mastermind, find a group that you coincide with, that you match with. Geese hang with geese, ducks hang with ducks. We want to hang with each other, right? That's what's so great about being a lifer and being part of the lifer community, is because we have a like-minded presence and we know we are shooting for the future, right? We are imagining the possibilities. And as we do that and we plan for the future, here's a good way to do it, right? You decide what you want, you get your imagination flowing by feeling good and stepping into that feel-good place, and then start to ask and imagine what you could come up with, and imagine the thing you could do, whether it's for your art or for your business or for your next offer that you're going to create. It doesn't matter what it is you are creating. But what matters is that you're being creative. And if you're saying, well, I'm not creative, that's why I got into this, that's baloney. We are all creative and you have the ability. You just are creative about the thing that you're doing. And other people might not be able to be creative about the thing that you're doing. That's okay. You can be creative in all sorts of things. I have an accountant friend that is ridiculously creative about accounting. But you give them a piece of art to draw with and they got nothing. Right? But with the numbers, oh my goodness, it is amazing what they can do. So you decide what you want. Then here it is. Here's the kicker. Are you ready? This is good stuff. Are you ready? You imagine the possibilities. And as you imagine the possibilities, feel it first. Feel it first, not feel it first. Although you could use the word feel and it would be all right, but feel it first. F-E-E-L, feel it first, right? Imagine that possibility and feel what it would be like right now. Literally feel it right now, as if it already existed, as if it already happened. And I know what you're going to do because I've been there and I've done it. And I know that what you're going to do next is you're going to go, but how? But how is that even possible? It's not even possible. How? Stop the hows. Stop the hows. Feel it first. Feel it first. Imagine the possibilities and feel it first. Feel it now and feel how good it would be if that thing that you imagined was and came to life and it was a thing. Feel it first. Feel what it would be like. If you can feel it right now, do it right now. If it's going to take a second, you need to zen out, close your eyes, listen to some calm music or your favorite music. Feel it first. In so many instances, I have so many artistic friends, so many athletic friends, they could feel it first. And it's amazing. Whether you're a basketball player or you're a funnel builder or whether you're a lawyer or whether you're a doctor or painter or dancer, you can feel it first. You imagine it in your mind and feel what it's like for it to already be done, for it to already have happened. How great, how glorious would that feel? See, I'm thinking right now of that thing, that next cool thing that I want. It's right here. It's just right here. And oh man, it feels good. Like I can hear it. I can see it. I can actually imagine it right now, and it feels amazing. And you can do the same thing. Feel it first. Feel it first. So you're going to imagine what you want. Imagine the possibilities. Now feel it first. Engage your soul. And then take feel good action. Not just any action, take feel good action, because think back to your past. Think of a great experience that you had. You did that. You imagined it. You felt what it would feel like. And then you took feel good action, that exciting action, the one that tingles, the one that gives you a little anticipation of what it could be and what it's gonna be. Take feel good action. Imagine the possibilities, feel it first, and take feel good action. Guys, somebody that needs to hear this today. Pass it on, because they need to hear this. You can do it right now. As soon as the episode's over, right now, while I'm talking, do it now. Feel good. Imagine the possibilities. Feel it first as if it was happening right now, which is crazy, right? Because we're talking about the future, but it's just right here. Feel good now. And then take feel good action to move towards that thing, because it already is a thing if you've imagined it. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And we'll see you on the next episode, every minute.
Hey lifers, we expect upgrades to the base operating functions of the things like our phones, cars, and even refrigerators. Why then has it not been made a priority that we upgrade the operating systems of our emotional states? We dance around the subject of emotional mastery from a young age. We have so much more knowledge in today's world, yet we're still teaching outdated methods of emotional education, if any are being taught at all. It's time for a change. It's time for an upgrade to our emotional education. Let me help you learn how to do that. Pick up your free copy of Every Minute at everyminutebook.com.